Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to Wonderful Wednesday. You have now watched the video about the Blue Ridge Mountains, so now I'm pretty sure you have questions about what the Blue Ridge Mountains are and where they are located at. Well, I'm going to tell you on today, but before we begin, we need to do a quick recap of what we learned on last week about the Blue Ridge Mountains, about the five regions in Georgia. Don't forget, there are five regions in Georgia. We have the Appalachian Plateau, we have the Blue Ridge Mountains, we have the Ridge and Valley, we have the Piedmont, and we have the Coastal Plain. Our learning target is I can identify the five regions of Georgia, but today we have a special cap on the Blue Ridge Mountains. If you look at the map that is located on the screen, you will see that I have the five regions of Georgia laid out. And this is something that you are going to need to know. You're going to need to know where each one of our regions are. We have the coastal plain here in yellow. We have the Piedmont here in pink. We have the Blue Ridge here in blue. And we have the Ridge and Valley here in green. And we have the Appalachian here in blue to the very, very top. And it is the smallest region. So the Blue Ridge is right here. If you look closely, we have the Blue Ridge Mountains right here. And the Blue Ridge Mountains has a blue haze that sometimes go around it. And that's how you can kind of identify the Blue Ridge Mountains because of the blue haze that goes around the mountain chain. So if you look here on the map, that we have the Blue Ridge Mountains all off by itself. So if you look closely, that is the Blue Ridge Mountains. It is found in the top northern part of Georgia. It is at the northeastern portion of Georgia, and its highest elevations is the highest elevations in Georgia. And the Blue Ridge Mountains consist of mountains, ridges, and basins. The Blue Ridge Mountains also is part of the Appalachian Mountains that stretches northward to southward to southern Pennsylvania. So, what would you think the climate would be like in the Blue Ridge Mountains? If we're in the northern part of Georgia, the northern tip of Georgia, what would you think the climate would be like? Take some time and think. What would you think the climate would be like? So in the Blue Ridge Mountains, they have cool winters with greater chance of snowfall. So it is more likely to snow in the Blue Ridge Mountains than it would in the coastal plain region because why? It's at the northern tip, so it's closest up north. It's at the northern tip of Georgia. So it has a better chance of receiving snow and it's more colder up there than it is in the southern part of Georgia. And they have mild summer, so it's not that hot up there. It gets hot, but it's not hot it is here. But it is hot. So don't get that part confused. It is hot, but their winters are kind of cooler than our winters will be. They have snow and we don't most of the time. So in the Blue Ridge Mountains, what kind of plants and crops and resources would you be able to find? If you are in a cooler climate in an area with, therefore you probably won't have a lot of farmland. So in the Blue Ridge Mountains, there's not much farmland to be seen. They don't farm as much up there as we would in the in the southern part of Georgia. And the plants that they have mountain laurels and they have azaleas and they have hardwood timber. So, what kind of animals would you think would be there? If you look at the pictures, I have a few animals on the screen. We have bears, wild turkeys, black bears, deers. So they have just our normal animals there. So that's all about the Blue Ridge Mountains. I hope you have enjoyed your lesson. Be sure to do your interactive practice and be sure to take your quiz and do your very, very best, you guys. As always, if you have any more questions, to shoot me a message or shoot your teacher a message through their email, and we'll be glad to respond to you. Have a good rest of your day, guys.